Hey, it's Hunt. You found Hunt on Saints. We're talking black and gold football. Do us a favor. Hit the like button, share your comments below, and hit that subscription button so you can get all of our content. Enjoy. There have been some movements on social media today that have made me a little nervous for the New Orleans Saints' next 72 hours. I will be completely candid with you. Now, I'm learning about all of this for the first time on social media. How much the Saints already know, I'm not privy to that information and won't be. It's possible that they have long processed much of this information. Me personally, Joe talk show host up the road in Baton Rouge, haven't necessarily processed it a ton, but I'm starting to, and I don't like the way that it makes me feel when I dovetail it with the Saints' history. Daniel Jeremiah with the NFL Network sent out a tweet earlier this morning. He's at Move the Sticks on Twitter. And he said, to summarize my last 5 phone calls, everyone is moving up for an offensive tackle. Okay, I'll take that on its face. I don't know why anyone would tell Daniel Jeremiah anything. I honestly don't really know how that side of the whole media world works when it deals with things like draft picks. Like, that's something that's going to be kept pretty close to the vest with organizations. Certainly you do your vetting. You do a lot of research on the back end. But as far as like what you're planning on doing, it feels like everything that gets out into the media is a smokescreen to try to figure something else out. So maybe everyone is trying to move up for an offensive tackle. Maybe everyone's giving the illusion that they're trying to move up for an offensive tackle, when in all reality they're just trying to create opportunities for their own organization. I don't know. But Daniel Jeremiah from the NFL Network says everyone is moving up for an offensive tackle. That's one piece of news that has been leaked out today. Here's another piece of news that is concrete. James Hurst went on his social media to Instagram and wrote a lengthy retirement post. James Hurst was under contract for New Orleans this coming fall. He's not anymore. That thins out your offensive line even more. You've got uncertainty with Ryan Ramczyk. You've got Andrus Peat, who's a free agent. You don't know what Trevor Penning is. It is a dire situation on the New Orleans Saints offensive line as we sit here today in late April. Now, I'm not suggesting James Hurst was going to be an all-pro tackle next year, or even that the Saints want him to be one of their tackles next year. I guess wanted, that should be in the past tense. I don't know. But he was a possibility, and now he's not. And they may have talked with James Hurst since January about this decision and basically knew it was coming. That is very possible. I don't know. I'm not in those meeting rooms. I don't speak with James Hurst's agent or his family or Mickey Loomis or Dennis Allen. They have more information than me, and my gut would tell me they probably had a lot of conversations to this end. But this is the finality of it. So when I take Daniel Jeremiah saying everyone is moving up for an offensive tackle, and now I get the news that James Hurst is moving on, and I look at the Saints offensive line situation, my only reaction is that Mickey Loomis is about to tear a muscle reaching for the phone to trade his draft picks to move up 3 spots to make sure he gets a tackle. That's my only reaction to this situation. That's based on looking at the depth chart and knowing what Mickey Loomis does. And I'm not even like just trying to use past history as evidence. He literally sat in front of the media this week and said, you know, you're trading back, you're getting a lesser player. You're getting less players, Mickey. You may not get a lesser player, but you're definitely getting less players if you trade up. That's the difference. And yesterday I gave you my Saints draft goals, and they were to just cool your jets a little bit and make some draft picks. And right now it feels like the environment around the first round might dictate that the Saints are going to have to make a move in their eyes. Certainly not in mine. But you start to look at the teams in front of them that have been forecasted to take a tackle. First of all, you're going to say, well, who needs tackles? Everybody needs tackles. It's such a difficult position to get right. and it's so vital to your team. So suggesting that there are some teams that just don't need tackles, everybody needs offensive linemen. Whether or not you're going to take a top 15 pick on one is a little bit of a different discussion. But the Chargers are absolutely in the mix to take another tackle. They pick at 5. Now, are they going to trade back and let somebody like Minnesota come get a quarterback? Maybe. Are they likely to trade back past 14? That seems unlikely to me. So that would be one tackle that you probably aren't in position to get right now. The Titans at 7, a lot of people feel like there's a real chance they could take a tackle. And if somebody comes up to the Charger spot at 5 to take a quarterback, then maybe the Titans have Joe Alt fall on their lap. The Jets are at 10. Are they going to try to keep their really old quarterback upright for more than 12 minutes this year? Not that it was the offensive line's fault totally. It's Achilles popped, but you get the point. Or do they want to get him a new shiny toy like Brock Bowers? Maybe Rome Odunze or Malik Neighbors. I don't know. The Raiders could certainly use a tackle. I'm looking at Matt Miller's mock draft from today, and they've got the Raiders taking J.C. Latham. But the Raiders are right in front of the Saints, and many people say they might be taking a tackle. And and again, this goes into the environment of the NFL draft. If there's a lot of buzz around tackles, and then a couple of tackles go, and the Raiders are sitting there, I just don't trust Mickey Loomis to sit on his hands. I just don't. And I think you're going to end up losing your second-round pick, maybe next year first, like something that would just make my mind blow if I'm a Saints fan. So, I tried to do an exercise today, and we'll do a little bit more of this tomorrow, of what is guaranteed to move before the Saints pick at 14. And understand that I am aware of when I say guarantee, there's always some dude sitting in the green room that thought he was going 6th that ends up going 41st. I know that nothing is guaranteed in the draft, but let's speak with as much certainty as one possibly could when talking about an NFL draft. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May are going before 14. I don't see another way. I didn't even put J.J. McCarthy in that, and I feel like but those 3 are going. Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, and Rome Odunze, to me, are going before 14. And Joe Alt's not going to be there at 14. I don't believe Brock Bowers is going to be there at 14. I just rattled off 8 guys, and one of them was a tackle. If you want to throw J.J. McCarthy in there, you can. If you want to throw Byron Murphy in there, the defensive tackle from Texas, you can. Dallas Turner. And then you start to get to the sweet spot right there, where how far back are you willing to wait to take your tackle? Again, how could you possibly trust Mickey Loomis to wait? And so I'll be honest. I'm nervous about the state of where things are based on the environment in the first round, the state of the Saints roster, and the history of the front office. It feels like a recipe to do something that I certainly don't endorse. And it's been the chorus I've been singing here for 48 hours. And there's another 30 to go, and we'll see. It's a game of chess. We know that. It's what makes it fascinating. The players stay the same. The teams change as the trades happen. And what happens down in Metairie is going to be fascinating on Thursday night. But the news of the day, if you're just checking in with us, James Hurst has decided he's moving on from football. I was looking at a tweet from Nick Underhill from New Orleans Football, who's with the morning show guys every single week. And he said, look, the Saints guards, as James Hurst moves on, who played some tackle for him, Cesar Ruiz, Nick Saldiveri, and Tommy Kramer. You thought the tackle situation was dire. It is. Guard situation, not a lot better. We know where the Saints are headed in this first round. It's just the method that they take to get there that's the most important thing. And we'll just have to see how things shake out. Fascinating stuff, as always, any time of year, with the National Football League. Hey, it's Hunt. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.